As promised, a video of me getting the birds in now. I'll show you how I get them in. We've been out a good half hour now. I shall get the food, which is there. This time of year they're going through the moult, so there is feathers absolutely everywhere. I give about that much for 10 tumblers, 1 cupful once a day. That's what they get in fresh water. I've got lots of herbs and spices and medicine cabinet, loads of bits and bats everywhere. I shall no birds. One bird, the bird me. These are all the tumblers. These are all tumblers, these ones. They're trying to land on my head now. I'll let all them land in. As you can see, some of the girls are coming back in as well. Now what I'll usually do, because they haven't gone in fast enough, I won't let them go through the big door now. Close that up, and I open the trap up. And they can land on there and go through the trap. Like that. They've already pretty much started coming in. There's 2 on the fence hiding there. They'll start coming in now. Come on then! Come on! Come on! Come on! There's a couple still flying up there. Come on! I shall feed these. It's a little awkward with just one hand. I'm not used to having only one hand. I'm finding it quite difficult. I'll give these some, these, with the females and the young birds, I've got around, I think there's 17 in there. So I'll give them a full one of these birds and a half. That's a full and a half. But because there's a lot of birds in there, what I'll tend to do is I'll put that in, and I've got another feeding system built into the door while I can put some food in, and it brings enough room then for everyone. I'm just going to put my phone there for a minute while I hope you don't fall off. I'm going to go and feed these. They get a bit carried away. Probably, unless I could put you in my pocket, I suppose. Sitting there. Right, I'm now going to go and feed the females. Come on then. Come on. This one will probably just jump, a few of them will jump straight onto the feeder. And they should all be straight in there now. As you can see, they're all come on! There's just one outside the trap there. It won't be long, he'll be in now. You can't see the light shining through there. There's 2 more coming through there. 1, 2. So now I know that it's full down there. They'll appreciate me giving them a little extra via this hatch. It didn't all do it. They're all happy there. Now I'll feed the boys. These are the boys. The boys usually get about half a cup. I'll give them a little bit more today. I gave them half yesterday and they seem to eat a lot, so they seem to eat it all. I'll just do them a little bit more. I don't really fly the boys so much because there's fancies in there that can't fly, and it becomes a mission to separate them. I'm building a new aviary That should help me out. I'm going to put the non-flyers in there, all these fancy tails that I got gifted when I first started. Hello, these. Not the grit over there, that's the potted grit. Down to there. And then I've only got 2 on breeding at the minute. That's her and that's him. The eggs are due to hatch today actually. I've checked them earlier on today and there wasn't anything. I just top these food up, they don't have a lot. Obviously there's only the 2 of them in there, so I do tend to feed these out here, but they tend to leave what they don't like, so I'll reduce the feed throughout the week, just forcing them to eat all that so they get a good mix. Probably once the chick comes I'll change that food, that mix, to a breed and wean. I've got breed and wean already, so it's it'll just be a case of sorting it out. Now I'll do the water now. As I take their food away, I'll give them all fresh water. I've got a regime on my calendar that tells me when to give certain nutrients and vitamins. I give this, I give that usually once a week. I always have a bit of cinnamon, I mix it in with the food. Probably cinnamon as well, yeah. I have garlic paste I put in with the water occasionally. Bag of grit. I do like this pigeon tonic. I like that. It does seem to have a good effect on them. I use this here. That's for red mite and bugs and all them little things that get in the feathers. I use this here. That's for anything really. If they're starting to get sick, I usually pop one of them in and see what happens. Harkers, I use Harkers 4-in-1 as well usually. We've got that against salmonella. And red stop solution, I've used that previously. That's been quite useful. But anyway, back to this. Let's get them some water. We get fresh water every day. They get fresh fresh drinkers once a week. So I don't have to clean them really. I use milk bottles. I cut a hole in the side. And that's pretty much it. And milk bottles, pot bottles, give them a good clean out, and I use these. Very cost effective as well, because I've got I've got 2 children and a wife, so we go through quite a lot of milk. I'd say maybe 4 or 5 bottles of that milk a week, and then a bottle of juice maybe. And to be honest, there's been times where we've had to go to the shop and buy another one, so we do go through bottles. So it seems silly buying a water bottle for the birds specifically, £10-20. It's creating more work for me because that needs cleaning regularly and disinfecting regularly. So I found this way is far greater. It's not something I've seen anybody else do. I haven't copied off anybody. If anybody else does do this though, I'd like to know. It would be interesting. Anyway, because the breeders feeds away and they're not in such a hurry because sort of breeders are overfed, I don't fly them ever. Whenever they're sat on eggs, I won't fly them. Or whenever they've got chicks, I won't fly them. It's too much of a risk. But if it doesn't come back, then I haven't got no plumpers or anything ready that could just sit on it. I don't have that system in my loft. I know everybody has boxes and that. I haven't got boxes. I've got 4 boxes in the breeders section. and the rest of the birds have got perches. That's the way I like it. Otherwise you end up with a lot of eggs all over. I've got my tumblers, they're all in a mixed kit, and they're just popping eggs out all the time, and some of them they don't want to fly because they're egg bound. I don't think mixed lofts are very good, but the tumblers I was gifted off somebody that was, shall we say, in a bad situation. My wife felt a bit sorry for them, so I ended up taking all these tumblers and fancy birds on that I didn't really want. I'd have took the racing pigeons, but I certainly I didn't want any of these fancy feathers. I can't really fly them round here. I've got cats, birds of prey, etc. So anything that can't move quick and get out the way is going to be gone. That's the bottles anyway when they look like that. So just cut an hole in it and that's it. After it's been used like that for a week and then like that, it's a little system I have in place. Just make sure it's clean. I can see a few feathers still in that one. I'll clean it again. Just rinse it out like that. Today they're just on plain water today. No apple cider vinegar. I'm giving them a detox of everything because you give them too much sometimes, you know, they're getting protein, this and that and everything, all these additives in the water. I think it's very healthy to give them a good break. Oh. As you can see, the loft floor is not too dirty. I clean it out every 2 days. At the moment, I vac it out once a week as well because of the amount of feathers everywhere. It's ridiculous. The dust and the feathers is getting quite out of hand at the minute. So I shall now. Oh, I didn't take theirs. When I put their bottle in, now I take their feet away now. No food is ever left on the floor. It's always taken away. I wouldn't put it back into there either. If they have left any in the trays, it will just get put straight into the bin. So now I'll go in here and sort these two. So this water out, and then I take that food away, and then also. Spilled a bit of corn on the floor that they're trying to get at now. I can close the door so I'm not as worried about the door coming open, but there's a couple in there that I wouldn't want to fly. I've only just got one of them, and there's doves, fantail doves in there. They're not good flyers, they will get hard. I've got 4. They're just to go in cages for the dove release. We don't actually release them. I'll only release the Logans and the Logan crosses. And now the birds are still a bit hungry, which is okay. It's okay, I can live with that. I'm going to trap them if they don't bloody move. They're in now. They've cleared their throat, don't they? There's some spices with coriander or whatever in the bottom of it. And that's that done. All birds watered except tumblers then. Tumblers are quite easy to do. So I'd say, I mean, so far it's taken 15 minutes just to get the birds done. If you'd have asked me, I would have said it doesn't take that long. But it clearly does. And that's the routine. I can just stick my hand through to put that in. Like that. And that gets hooked up. I hook them all up. I don't just put them on the floor, they get knocked over. And they do get knocked over. I'll lift that out of there now. That gets turned upside down and put on there. They've laid another egg. You can see that. But nobody's sat on it. I think it'll be her up the top that fell down the chimney. Well, that's it, done. That's me feeding and watering the birds, apart from the 45 minutes prior that the birds were flying. So, catch you all later.